Have you ever said yes when your heart was quietly saying no? Maybe you felt a small pain inside, but you still smiled. Maybe you felt tired, but you didn't want to disappoint someone. Maybe you were scared that people would think you are not kind or not helpful. This happens to many of us. Sometimes we say yes because we want peace. Sometimes we say yes because we want people to like us. And sometimes we say yes simply because we are afraid to say the small, simple word no. But here is a gentle truth. Every time you say yes when you don't want to, something inside you becomes a little heavier. Your body feels it. Your mind feels it. Your heart feels it. Today, we are going to talk about this feeling, the emotional cost of saying yes, why it happens, how it slowly hurts your energy and your confidence, and how you can begin to change this pattern with kindness, with courage, and with a soft voice that respects your own needs. By the end of this episode, you will understand this idea more deeply. You will see that your no is not a bad thing. It is not a problem. It is not a danger. Your no can be a gift for your heart, and a gift for your life. So take a slow breath. Open your ears. Open your heart. Let's begin. Many people think saying yes is always a good thing. It sounds simple. It sounds kind. It sounds polite. But inside, the truth is more complicated. We often say yes because of our feelings, not because of our real wishes, not because of our real needs. We say yes to feel safe. We say yes to feel loved. We say yes to avoid trouble. Some of us say yes because we are afraid someone will be angry with us. Some say yes because they want to look helpful, even when they are tired. Some say yes because they learned this many years ago, maybe as a child. Be good. Be quiet. Make other people happy. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be kind. There is nothing wrong with wanting to help. But sometimes this habit becomes too strong. It becomes automatic. We say yes before we even think. Our mouth moves faster than our heart. Let me tell you a small story. There is a young woman named Mira. Mira works in an office. Every day, people ask her for help. Can you finish this report? Can you join this meeting? Can you do this small task for me? And every time, Mira says, yes, sure. People smile at her. People like her. People think she is strong and friendly. But inside, Mira feels something different. She feels tired. She feels small. She feels like she is giving and giving, but no one sees how much energy she loses each day. One evening, after work, Mira sits alone on a bus. She looks out the window and whispers, "Why do I say yes to everything? Why am I trying so hard to make everyone happy, except me?" This question is not only Mira's question. It is a question for many of us. We carry the same worry. We carry the same fear. We carry the same habit. Saying yes feels easy in the moment. It keeps the peace. It avoids the conflict. But after the yes, the weight comes. The tired feeling comes. The quiet voice inside says, "This is too much." Here is the main idea of this part. Most people say yes, not because they truly want to, but because they want to protect themselves from fear, guilt, or judgment. And this simple habit, this fast yes, can slowly become heavy for the heart, very heavy. When we say yes again and again, even when we don't want to, something quiet happens inside us. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it slowly changes the way we feel about our life and about ourselves. Let's look at this in simple steps. First, we lose time. The time we wanted to use for rest. The time we wanted to use for our own dreams. The time we needed for our family, our health, our peace. Second, we lose energy. Our body feels tired, even in the morning. Our mind feels full, even before the day begins. We start to feel like we are walking with a heavy bag, every single day. Third, we lose space inside our heart. Space for quiet. Space for joy. Space for the simple things that make us feel alive. This is what the emotional cost looks like. A cost is a price we pay, and many people pay this price without even knowing it. There are also some feelings that grow when we say yes too much. One feeling is stress. Stress means your body feels too much pressure. You try to do many things at the same time, and you feel you cannot stop. Another feeling is guilt. Guilt means you feel you did something wrong, even when you did nothing wrong at all. You want to say no, but your heart feels afraid. And sometimes, after many months or many years, people feel burnout. Burnout means your energy becomes empty because you gave too much for too long. You try to continue, but inside you feel like a small light that is almost gone. Let me bring back the story of Mira. After weeks of saying yes at work, Mira begins to feel the emotional cost. She wakes up tired. She drinks coffee, but still feels slow. She works hard, but feels she cannot breathe. She comes home, sits on her bed, and thinks, I don't feel like myself anymore. Her friends invite her out, but she says yes again. She does not want to disappoint them. But while she sits with them, she feels far away, almost invisible. She smiles, but the smile does not feel real. This is the emotional cost. It is not always sadness. It is not always tears. Sometimes it is a quiet loss of self, a slow disappearance of your own voice. And here is the simple truth we often forget. Every yes is a promise of your time, a promise of your energy, a promise of your heart. When you say yes too often, you make promises you cannot keep without hurting yourself. And you deserve better than that. You deserve a life where your yes is real, and your no is respected. You deserve space to breathe. You deserve moments of rest. You deserve to feel like yourself again. This is why the emotional cost matters. Not because you should stop helping others, but because you should not lose yourself in the process. When you want to change the habit of saying yes too much, you do not need a big, strong action. You do not need a loud voice. You do not need to fight anyone. You only need to begin slowly. You only need to begin kindly. You only need to begin with a little courage in your heart. Many people think saying no must be hard or cold, but it can be soft. It can be simple. It can even be gentle. You can start with small sentences, short sentences, friendly sentences. You can try, I'm sorry, I can't today. Maybe next time. Thank you, but I can't help with this. I need more time to think. These words are simple, but they protect your heart. They create space for your life. They show respect for others, and respect for yourself. Some people feel guilty when they try to say no, but guilt does not mean you are wrong. Guilt only means you are learning something new. You are changing an old habit, and change can feel strange at first. Remember this: saying no does not make you a bad person. Saying no does not mean you don't care. Saying no means you also care about yourself. And caring for yourself is not selfish. It is necessary. Let's return to the story of Mira. One day, after many heavy weeks, Mira decides to try a small number. Her coworker asks, "Can you do this task for me?" Her heart starts to beat fast. Her hands feel cold. She wants to say yes, like always, but she remembers her own tired face in the mirror. So she breathes in and says, "I'm sorry, I can't take this today." She waits. She is afraid something bad will happen. But nothing bad happens. Her coworker says, "Oh, okay, no problem." And for the first time in a long time, Mira feels light. She feels strong. She feels proud. Her no was small, but her courage was big. This is how change begins. Not with a big moment, not with a big fight, but with one small no. One honest no. One no that opens a little space in your life. Your no can create room for rest, room for joy, room for your dreams, room for the person you want to become. Here is the message of this part. Your no is not the end of connection. Your no is not the end of love. Your no is the beginning of respect. Respect for yourself and respect from others. When you say no with kindness, you give people the chance to understand you. You give yourself the chance to breathe. And slowly, step by step, you learn to live a life that feels true. When you learn to say no with kindness, something beautiful begins to happen. You also learn to say yes in a new way, a stronger way, a calmer way, a way that feels true to your heart. A yes is not only a word. A yes is a choice. A yes is a direction. A yes is a door you open in your life. So your yes should be real. Your yes should have meaning. Your yes should feel warm inside your body. A true yes gives you energy. A true yes makes you feel alive. A true yes fits your values. Values are the ideas that guide your life, like family, health, honesty, learning, or peace. When your yes matches your values, you feel strong. You feel clear. You feel like you are walking on the right path. Let's look at a simple way to choose an intentional yes. Before you say yes, take one breath. Ask yourself, do I want this? Ask yourself, do I have space for this? Ask yourself, does this help me grow? If your body feels light, it may be a true yes. If your body feels heavy, it is probably a no. Now let's return to the story of Thomas. Thomas used to say yes to everything. Yes to extra work. Yes to late hours. Yes to plans he did not enjoy. He said yes because he wanted people to think he was strong and friendly. But inside, he felt tired and lost. One day, after many stressful weeks, Thomas sits alone and thinks, I say yes to everybody, but I never say yes to myself. So he tries something new. He starts saying yes only when it feels true. Yes to rest. Yes to a quiet evening. Yes to small joys, like cooking or walking. Yes to his own dreams, the dreams he forgot for a long time. Slowly, Thomas begins to feel different. He feels more present, more peaceful, more like himself. This is the power of an intentional yes. It does not make your life busy. It makes your life meaningful. It does not take your energy away. It gives your energy back. You don't need many yeses. You only need the right yeses. Because the right yes can open a new chapter in your life, a chapter with more calm, more joy, and more space for the person you want to become. So remember this simple idea. Choose your yes. Protect your heart. And let your life open gently, one true yes at a time. Today, we walked together through a simple but powerful idea: the emotional cost of saying yes. We talked about why we say yes, even when our heart feels tired. We talked about the heavy feelings that grow inside us when we cannot say no. We learned how a small, gentle no can open space in our life. And we discovered a new way to say yes. A yes that is true, warm, and full of meaning. Here is the heart of this episode. You don't need to please everyone. You don't need to carry every request. You don't need to hide your real feelings. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to choose. You are allowed to protect your time and your energy. And when you do, you begin to feel like yourself again. You begin to breathe again. You begin to live with more honesty, more peace, and more courage. Today, try one small thing. Just notice one moment when your heart says no. Write it down. Look at it with kindness. This simple step can open a new door inside you. Thank you for listening today. Thank you for giving your time, your attention, and your heart. Go slowly. Be gentle with yourself. And remember, you don't need to walk fast. Even a slow step can change your life.